Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl so with ideal. On today's tutorial I'll be sharing with you guys how I made this beautiful cowl neck top. It is very easy to make. I use less than 1 yard and you can make this under 30 minutes. If that is what you're here for, make sure you stay to the end. And if today is your first time coming across this channel, do not forget to like, subscribe and drop a comment in the comment section. Let's get started with the tutorial. So we'll be needing just two measurements for this, and the first one will be the top length. So I'll be measuring from my shoulder to the length I want the top to stop, and then the next thing will be to determine how deep you want your cowl neck to be. And if you notice, I took it all the way to the back because we'll be tying it at the back, so you want to take it all the way to the back. Now this is optional, depending on how open you want yours to be. You can go ahead and take that measurement, but for me I don't want it too open, and yes, it is optional. Like I said, the more deeper it is, the more finer it is actually, just so that your boobs is going to show. So that's what I have, and I have about 42 inches. Now let's get to the table. I've gone ahead to fold this unfold is I think 20, sorry, is about 21. Yes, 21. That's 42 if you open it up. So what we have here now is 42 inches. I wanted to use just 40 for mine instead of using the 42 because I didn't want it to be that open. And then I added 2 inches, which will be to fold the sides. Now the length I'll be working with is 27, and I added extra 2 inches to the down to make it 29 because we'll be folding all these edges. So right now what we have here now is about a square. It's like a square. All right, remember the length is the length of your top plus 2 inches, while the width is the cowl neck, if the cowl neck depth plus 2 inches for folding. So you're going to go ahead and fold all the parts, all the sides. Now I went ahead to also cut out this part, which is going to serve as our rope to tie at the back. Now this is about 24 inches length, and the width is about 3 inches. So by the time we are done for sewing, it should be like around 3 or 2.5. Then the next one we'll be getting is for the neckline to tie on the neck. Now this one is smaller, and the length is still the same thing as 24 inches, and by the time you fold it, you should be having about 1 inch to 1.5. We'll go ahead and do that and I'll show you guys. Now I've gone ahead to fold all the edges like you can see. So you see that this is very simple, very easy to make, and I've gone ahead to also make sure to iron it. All right, so everything will stay flat. Now we're going to bring those straps. Now this is optional. If you don't want your strap to be this big, please go ahead and make it tiny, but I wanted it to be this big so that by the time you tie it, your back is not so open that just something that is there covering it. All right, so these are my pieces, and I've also gone ahead to iron them properly. Now the side, which is the 40 inches, is the part that is supposed to have the tiny rope. Remember, that's the one that is tying to your neck. So we are going to attach the tiny straps to that part. Now it depends on how you want to sew this. I'll just go ahead and top stitch on it because you want everything to look neat and nice. So you can always try different ways of stitching it, but for me I'll just go ahead and placing it into the places in a way that I will top stitch on it. So I will top stitch on that part. So this is what I'm showing you guys. Just watch closely. I'm just going to place it like so and use your pin to secure it. So we need to just top stitch on that, and it's that simple. After pinning this part, I would also do the same thing for the other side of the piece. And yes, you also pin that part. So this is like a simple DIY kind of. All right, it's very simple, very easy to make. Like 30 minutes is even much for this. It is very simple, and I didn't use up to 1 yard. Okay, so you're also going to go ahead and pin this down, and after pinning this down, we also go back to the other side, which is supposed to be around the waist part. That's the lower part, which you're going to be tying on your waist, and then we'll attach the strap as well. So this is what it should look like by the time you're done, and I'm just demonstrating to you guys that when you tie it, this is how open it's going to be looking. Then for the side that is going to be at your waist, now this is optional. You can decide to just create a little strap or even elastic casing for it and just attach it, but for me I want it to be tied. All right, and I don't want the strap to be big. Now this is the way I wanted to place it earlier, but I realized that as I placed it at the end like this, it did not sit well. like it didn't tie very well. It wasn't giving me that particular look I wanted. So instead of doing this part, I will show you guys how I did it later. But for now, you're going to attach it. But the best thing to do is just to remember the length of your top. Just measure your waist around that point, anywhere your waist stop, just from there. That's your lower waist, not your upper waist, and then attach it. So this is what I'm saying now. Initially I sewed it on the other side, and I even cut it, so I had to weave that part to close it up. So what I did was to measure from the starting of the fabric. Remember, this is about 29 inches, so I measured from that point to where my lower waist stops, and then I matched it up from there. And yes, we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you so much for joining. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment to the comment section. See you next. Bye.